This is Political Common Sense for America. I'm Brian Boeheim, the political engineer. And in this particular video, we're going to do part 4 of understanding the federal budget and tax reform. And in this particular video, we're going to talk about the consumption tax or the fair tax. Now, I know already that I'm going to get a bunch of comments on this particular video because we're talking about fair tax. What I ask of you, the people who truly believe in the fair tax, please listen to the video, watch the video, and then comment on data. If I'm saying something wrong, then explain to me how it's wrong. Don't just throw flames. I get it. We're all passionate about the fact that our system is broken, but don't just throw flames. Tell me how I'm wrong and how your data is right. So, what is the consumption or fair tax? First, it's a national sales tax. It's going to be between 20 and 30%. They're not entirely certain how much just yet. And I understand that. The budget moving around, we're trying to figure it out. It'll take some work to figure out exactly what that number should be. It's going to be collected on every retail sale of new products. It'll replace all other federal payroll taxes, including FICA and unemployment. Everyone will receive a prebate check, and it depends on what site you go to and what you talk about. It's going to be between $250 and $500. It's going to be based on the poverty level as designed and understood by the government reports. But you're going to get that check every month from the federal government to cover off the tax on basic living costs. And then finally, proponents believe that it will lower the cost of goods by 20% because of the reduced costs in the product chain of collection of taxation. Then let's look at the advantages of the consumption or fair tax. It eliminates all payroll deductions, putting more money in your hands. Makes sense. It removes the burden of tax collection from businesses. Very good thing. It captures taxes from previously untaxed sources and eliminates loopholes. Anybody, bad guys, people who avoid taxes at every corner will get taxed with this, and it eliminates any of those goofy little loopholes that we have in place. Love it. It eliminates tax returns and the IRS for all intents and purposes. Gotta love it. And it eliminates corporate taxes. Beautiful. Love all those things. Now here's the problem, in my opinion. I believe some of the economics and some of the thought process was done, what I want to say, in a test tube, in a laboratory. Because here are some of the unintended consequences. First, it will potentially create a 5% increase in the cost of living. Now that, honestly, the economists who support this believe that will probably happen off the get-go. Well, I hate to tell you, but that is a recession. 5% cost of living increase across the board is a recession. The second thing, lower and middle income earners will be taxed more heavily because they don't save, and savings is not taxed. Let me give you the perfect example. If I make $50,000 a year, every penny of that is going to be taxed because I need to use all of that to pay for my living expenses and my family's living expenses. Yes, I understand I'll get a prebate check back. But if I make $1 million and I only spend $250,000 of that living high on life, $250,000, that means $750,000 of my $1 million is not going to be taxed. Now I know the argument is that it's going to be put in and invested and that comes back in the economy. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense to me that somebody who is making in a middle class and lower middle class has to pay taxes on every cent that they earn, yet someone of wealth does not. That just doesn't make sense to me. All right. Third thing, it could create a service industry for falsely creating used goods. Because remember, there's no tax on used goods, only new goods. So literally you could have people who start businesses where they sell new goods very cheaply and have to a subsidiary company. The subsidiary company then sells it as used and ends up with no tax implication. I just see that as something that needs to be dealt with. Also, this could create a large black market. And I know people go, oh no, black market. If you've been to other countries, black markets are huge. And This is a great opportunity for organized crime, gangs, and terrorists to collect a bunch of money. Think about it. How many people out there will avoid a couple percent by driving across state lines or buy off the internet because it saves on the tax? If you're talking about a 20% or even a 30% tax, I'm sorry, I just see a lot of people selling stuff out of the backs of trucks and that money going to the wrong places. Finally, combining the general tax collection with non-discretionary collection, that's the money income tax, and combining that with the Social Security taxes, that will increase the size and the power of our federal government. And at all costs, we want to prevent the federal government from getting any bigger or having any more power. That's my thoughts on the consumption or fair tax. You make your own decisions. And keep an eye out. We're going to have another one coming out, another video coming out, talking about our version of the fair flat tax.